Hey guys, this is Not Lammers on Invoked 101, and today I'm doing a Mermail Atlantean deck profile. This deck has a little bit of history. It was played by my buddy back in high school, who, whenever we left, he gave it to another friend of mine, and then whenever I saw that my girlfriend was taking an interest in the deck, I asked him for it. He gave it to me, and I converted it from pure Atlantean into Mermail Atlantean. So, you know, there's a little bit of backstory to it. It's gone around. It's been around the block, some of these cards. But so yeah. Once again, if you want to see more deck profiles like this, if you want to see more finished deck profiles and like just better overall content, consider supporting me on Patreon. Just that little $1 a month will go a long way for helping me create better Yu-Gi-Oh content. So yeah, let's talk about the deck a little bit, because we do have some cards in here. We do have the Mermail Atlantean deck, and this is a very experimental build. It's not taken too many games. We're still messing around with the ratios and playing it. There is some stuff I still want to do to it, such as adding the Nimble engine to it. So yeah, it's not completely done, but I do like where it's headed right now. So to start us off with the Atlanteans, we have 3 Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince. And so he follows the Mermail naming scheme, which I always think is kind of funny. So what he does is, once per turn, you can send a Atlantean from your deck to the graveyard to search an Atlantean. Then if he is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster, actually, is it to activate a water monster's effect? If this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, target an Atlantean in your graveyard except Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince, special summon it. You can only use each effect once per turn. So a very good card, actually a pretty nutty card. Just a super combo starter and extender. So yeah. The next card that we run at 3, the next Atlantean we have at 3 is Atlantean Dragoons, which, while on the field, lets all level 3 and lower sea serpent type monsters on the field attack directly. But the important part about him is that when he's sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, you get to search a sea serpent. So combining this with the Mermails lets you search out Deep Sea Diva, you can normal Diva, special summon Neptibus, and start popping off. It's super nutty. So that's why we run 3 Dragoons. 3 Dragoons is insane. Then we are using 2 Atlantean Marksmen. When he's sent to the, I don't know his on-field effect, but his sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect is you get to pop a face-up card. I actually consider cutting him down to 1 because I want to run 3 heavy infantry. Infantry I feel is better because while it's on the field, it gives you an extra normal summon for a sea serpent type monster. Then when it's sent, and also whenever it's sent, no, he's a face down card. Whenever he's sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, he gets to pop a face up. So he pops face down when sent, he pops face up when sent, which I think is a lot better currently than face downs. So I think this card's overall better. You argue with me. So yeah, I might cut down the marksman to 1 and the infantry to 3. Just something I've considered. I think that's it for the Atlanteans. Yeah, so now we got the Mermails. So for our Mermails, I'm running 3 Abystius. Abystius is discard, you discard 1 water monster to special summon it. Then if it was special summoned this way, add 1 level 4 or lower Mermail monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Abystius once per turn. So does that mean you can special summon multiples of these in a turn? Yeah, I guess you could special summon more in a turn, huh? Neat. So yeah, level 7. Usually I'm summoning this guy in defense, at least when I play it. So yeah, definitely need 3 of him. And the other card I need 3 of is Megalo. Megalo is a discard 2. And whenever he's summoned that way, you search a Mermail spell or trap. You don't have to play any of the Mermail spell or traps. It's just something you can do. Megalo is really cool. I wish I had a 3rd one to put in here, but I don't, just because he's like the main beat stick of the deck. He's also a sea serpent, so you can search him off Dragoons, which is nice, as long as you have 2 water monsters to discard. So now we move into our smaller Mermails, which I'm kind of gonna like lay down in order of importance, at least in my opinion. We have Abyss Pike, which is whenever it's normal or special summon, you can discard 1 water monster and add a level 3 or lower a level 3 water monster from your deck to your hand. It has to be level 3. Abyss Gund, whenever she's discarded to the graveyard, you can target a Mermail in your graveyard and special summon it. Abyss Osha, which you target a Mermail on the field. while she's on the field, send it to the graveyard, and then summon 2 Mermails from your deck that are equal to the level of the sent monsters. It's really weird like that. And then the last Mermail is Abyss Nury, which I think we pulled in the video. But what she is, she's kind of like an Honest for the deck. You get to you discard her, and then you pop a water monster on your field, and you buff a water monster on your field by the destroyed monster's attack points. So that's why she's in here. Abyss Nury isn't super great, but I guess she can't. The card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, so it does trigger certain things, but not always. And that's it for there's more monsters. That's it for the Atlanteans and the Mermail part of this deck. Now we have the auxiliary stuff, which some of it I think is neat. Other parts of it I don't think are super neat. So first one is Deep Sea Diva. Whoa, she's not on screen. Is Deep Sea Diva. So whatever happened, when she's normal summon, you get to special summon 1 level 3 or lower Sea Serpent type monster from your deck. That being Neptibus, it just makes for insane combos. She's also a level 2 tuner, which is important for the extra deck because it's also important for another card in the deck, which is White Stingray. So White Stingray is a level 4 water monster with 1400 attack, and you can discard one other one. You can special summon this card from your hand by discarding 1 water monster, which triggers all the Atlantean's effects. And then if this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can turn it into a tuner. So that's the main reason we're running it, is because it does become a tuner. And then the last card we're running is Warrior of Atlantis, not for any particular reason other than this deck isn't done yet. And that is it for the monsters. So moving into the spells and traps for our first set of spells, our first couple are Surface, which special summons a level 3 or lower water monster from the graveyard in defense position. I really like Surface. It's a good card, in my opinion. I like it. I'm probably gonna bump it up to 3. 2 Salvage, just playing the 2, which put the hollow one on top, might as well, right? This just scoops up some water monsters from the graveyard that have 1400 or less attack. Another pretty good card for the deck. I don't know if it's gonna stay in here or not, whenever this stuff happens. I'm playing 1 Call of the Atlanteans. This is probably gonna leave the deck. It doesn't need to be in here, and it's not super great because it locks you out of special summoning, but it does summon 3 level 3 or lower water monsters. Level 3 or lower Sea Serpent type monsters from your graveyard, so that's pretty nice. I'm running 1 Moray of Greed right now. This is another card that's probably gonna leave the deck, as you shuffle 2 water monsters from your hand back into the deck and then draw 3. Just not a very good card, but it does replace itself in all the monsters that you shuffle back. Then I'm running 1 Dark Hole just to board wipe, 1 1-for-1 to summon Neptibus, a Terraforming to search the field spell, which some of you already know what the field spell is just because of the warrior. It's a legendary Ocean. Again, this is just in here because the deck isn't fully done yet. This is going to leave the deck once it's finished, and probably going to leave once I have all the stuff for the Nimble engine in it. But yeah, and then lastly for the spells, 3 MST, just to round it out. That's it for the spells. So I think the spell lineup, at least like some of them, like the first 5 are pretty okay. And for the traps, just 2 Torrential Tribute. Simple, board wipe, neat little card. And that's it for the main. For the last part of this deck is the extra deck, and the extra deck is sadly the part of this deck that suffers the most. Because you actually need to do some crazy combos to actually summon most of this stuff. So the first card I'm running, which I guess we're gonna go like low to high, it's gonna be a little weird. First card I'm running is White Aura Whale. I like this card. This is the entire reason I built the deck, is to summon the White Aura stuff. So if you know a better way to summon the White Aura stuff than with like White Stingray, but I actually think like the white aura stuff actually have like a continuous spell card in the OCG that summons a fish back from the graveyard each standby phase, so you know, who knows. But yeah, so I'm running White Aura Whale, White Aura Dolphin to cut stuff in half. This guy is just insane. He's piercing and multi-attacking, and he's big boy. This one cuts him in half. He's a level 6. If it dies by battle card effect, you special summon it back and treat it as a tuner. Same thing for White Aura Whale. I'm running 1 Brio, just because And then I'm running 2 Tatsunoko because it lets you synchro from the hand. So you turn Neptibus and Deep Sea Diva into Tatsunoko, and that's really the only way you can get started, which is unfortunate in this deck. But yeah, so there's all the like water stuff, and then for the non-water stuff, I'm running, for level 7, I'm running Clearwing, Synchro Dragon. There's probably a water monster out there to run. And I'm also running, for a level 5, I'm running Cataster. Just because the deck needed a level 5 and Cataster's generic and good. I'm actually pretty sure there's like a really wonky water synchro monster that's like weirdly strong. I could be wrong, but I think I remember it. But yeah, so that is the deck. It is strange, it is incomplete, but it is getting there. And it's a lot better than when I got it. And that to me is what's important, is that the deck has improved. But yeah, if you want to help this deck get completed, consider supporting me on Patreon. And also, if you want to be notified when this deck is actually completed, consider subscribing to the channel so that way you can keep up with all the videos that we put out here. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.